This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, welcome to Isha Training Solutions. Today we are going to see App Dynamics tool demo. Uh, so basically, today what we are going to see is that um, as part of this training, what we are really going to learn about this tool because nowadays in the recent trends I'm saying knowing APM tool is actually a value add. Um, in that the familiar tool list is actually your app dynamics, dynatrace, neuralink, datadog, like that. The list is actually there. So knowing this tool is nowadays it is actually value add for our whatever the work that we are doing. So if you go and read through any recent job descriptions, okay, performance testing, performance engineering job descriptions, definitely you will find one APM tool name will be there in the JD job description. So that kind of importance only this tool is actually getting nowadays. So what we will do now, we will quickly go through the content that we are going to learn as part of this course journey. And if you have any questions at any point of time, you can stop me and then you can ask your question. Okay, so without wasting further time, we'll see the course content. Yeah.
Hey,
So
Sarvanan,
yeah, Puneet.
I think your voice is a little blurry. I'm not sure if it is only for me, but I'm not able to hear very clearly.
Is it fine now? Is it audible now?
Yeah, it's a little bit much better now.
Yeah. Okay. So in this course content, we are going to see all these topics only. Before telling this, I'll tell you a explanation. Like all these will be, we are trying to manage through practical learning. Nothing we are going to leave it just like a theoretical understanding. Each and everything we are trying to do in a practical way. Okay, what will I do? I'll share a sample application war file to you, and you guys can deploy that war file in Apache Tomcat server. And then I also have one more Node.js application. You can deploy that application in Node.js server, and then we will install MySQL database, and we'll install MongoDB and the HTML level instrumentation. All those things we are going to do as part of this learning. Everything practical implementation. So what you can do after this course journey, you can um, understand something on the admin level and something on the associate level. You can understand more about this tool. That is how this course content is actually designed. Okay, so the first course content would be like what are APM tools. That is very important, right? So that exposure, I don't think many of them currently they do not have it. What is um, APM tool means, because their background would be like development or DBA or infrastructure monitoring, like that. If their background is there, much of a time they will not understand what is APM tools means. So we are going to give you that understanding. What are APM tools? Why we are using those tools? In what way it is better than the previous profiling tool and static monitoring tool? Like that we are going to understand, because that understanding is very important. One more thing also, why we have to know all these things, because we are like a person who is going to educate our customers. These are the APM tools, in which way you can use it, in which way if you are using this APM tools, in what way you are going to get the benefit. Like that you guys are going to explain to your stakeholder. So first you should know, or you should understand what this APM tools capability. Then only you can explain to your stakeholders. So that is the reason we are going to understand what are APM tools, okay, and why APM tools are required to be learned by performance tester. This is actually a perception. Performance testers only will learn AppDynamics or any APM tool, but not like that. It is not like that. Not only performance tester, even developer can use this. Even performance tester can use this. Even DevOps engineers can use this. Even performance engineers can use this. Even your infrastructure monitoring team can use this. So all the way, this APM tool can be used by multiple team of members. Okay, it is not only restricted to performance testers, but predominantly performance testers are exposed to these tools. That is the reason everybody mindset is actually performance testers only will use this APM tool. But it is not the real case. Anybody can use it, provided they have the understanding about this tool and they can implement this in their regular work. In that way only these tools are actually designed. Okay, even say like developer who is actually doing the unit testing, that time they wanted to deploy their code and then identify is there any problem, is there any high resource utilization, CPU, memory, like that they wanted to understand. That is also still possible. It is still possible. That is the reason I'm saying it is not only restricted to performance testers. Even infrastructure monitoring team, they can monitor. There is one agent called the machine agent. Machine agent you are installing means you are going to get CPU, memory, disk, network. All those details would be coming in AppDynamics. What is that meaning? You are going to capture the infrastructure level metric. Okay. Nowadays that is a problem also, right? In this forum, anybody is from performance testing background? Nobody. So why I'm asking this question is that most of the organization nowadays, what is happening, performance testers are either they are not having the privilege and permission to do infrastructure monitoring, or separate team is available for doing the infrastructure monitoring. Okay, separate team is available, or they are not having the privilege and permission to do the infrastructure monitoring. So because of that, what is happening? They, everybody is only doing testing. Even performance testers are only doing performance testing, and they are not worried about infrastructure monitoring at all. Okay, so think about it. When you are doing only load testing, you are trying to perform the only load testing, and your average response times are well below your SLA, service level agreement. Okay, your average response time is very good actually. But if you are not having the permission to do infrastructure monitoring, and you only do load testing response time measurement alone, and if you feels like average response time is very less, who knows, in the similar time your CPU utilization would be 90% or memory utilization would be 90%. Unless and until if you are not monitoring the infrastructure, you cannot say your application is healthy. Okay, so not only response time is a measurement, all other parameters are there to take a decision. You cannot only say response time is good, my entire application is good. No, not like that. Even though your response time is good also, there may be a problem. You could create some unbelievable or unpredictable issue in your application. So make sure your work should be a complete work. Okay, complete work in the sense like you are going to do a performance testing, you are going to measure the metrics. Along with that, you are going to do a infrastructure monitoring. You are going to measure the metrics. Along with that, you can do a database monitoring. You are going to measure the metrics like that. End-to-end coverage should be there. So that is a primary thing. Okay. So yeah. We can see CPU utilization using this APM tool. We can see that. No, this is not an open source. This is not open source. This is actually a commercial one. Okay. So that is what I'm trying to say. We don't want to have a mind block that it is only to be used by performance testers. Anyone can use it based on their need. Okay, the intersection monitoring team or your developer or DevOps engineers, performance testers, performance engineers, everybody can use this. I'll take a pass here. Anybody have any question till now?
Yes, I have it. Hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Paid tool. For example, if the company is not gonna spend that much amount of money, I mean, is there any trial version available or something like that?
Yeah. Learning version is available. Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you. So, I mean, is it a time bond or like, is it open
Yeah,
for?
15 days. 15 days.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Now, after that, also you can use this tool. Okay, there is a pro license and light license. Okay, initially they give you pro license. Pro license means you can use it for 15 days. 5 applications, five units you can configure and then you can use it. After 15 days, that pro license will become light license. Light license means you can configure one application, one database, one machine agent like that. You can make use of one units. So first 15 days you can use it like five units, and then the pro license will become light license, and then you can use for one unit. So all the way you can still use that for your learning. Okay.
Sharman, I have a general question
Yeah.
that is related to nowadays all APM tools are referring about observability. Can you give me a brief idea about observability and the difference between monitoring and observability?
See, very simple, Dharmendra. Anybody? Yeah. Every tool vendors nowadays they are actually um, going from a normal traditional monolithic or very straightforward approach to a different standpoint. Okay, so now you can see uh, observability is important because it provides raw granular data necessary to gain an in-depth understanding of complex and high distributed system. Okay, the cultural shift towards DevOps dismantle the formerly siloed structure of information to consolidated team in order to expedite feature fix and everything. So instead of going with the traditional single siloed approach, now the infrastructure is actually a what? Um, Complex microservices level, multi-tenant level, multi OS level, cloud level, like that. Your system is actually becoming in that way, right? So that is the observability that we are talking about. Okay, if you are getting a raw data, and that raw data which helps you to do a in-depth understanding of your application stack. Okay, in that way only everybody, instead of only saying like I do monitoring, it is something that how we are going to do with the current data in a detailed way, in-depth way. Okay, observability is a specific use case for dev and site reliability engineering needed to perform production debugging from high fidelity collected telemetric data. So it is something that we are going to do in a detailed format. Okay, so your organization deployments nowadays it is not that easy, I would say, because very complex. containers, Dockers, Kubernetes, even cloud also different variety, AWS, Azure, Alibaba. So lot of complex nature started into picture, right? It is not simply data. In what way you are going to use the data and then make a clear problem statement. That is what this means. Clear, Dharmendra?
Yes.
Okay. It is a deeper, more technical approach used by developers and site reliability engineers, which means that different source, different data, how you are going to do a problem statement analysis. That is what your application observability means. Say these are, don't think like it is something very complex. No, the technology is growing. People are trying to bring in new terms and terminologies. Okay, SLO, SLI, like that. We know SLA only, service level agreement only. Nowadays, it is service level objective, service level indicators, like that. They are trying to give you certain new naming convention. That's all. Okay. Other than that, core concepts are still holds the same. Okay, clear, Dharmendra?
Yes, Arun. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back. So here we are going to see AppDynamics introduction part, like what are all we are going to do using this APM tool, AppDynamics APM tool in Gartner quadrant mature tool list. APM mature tool list. If you go and see, definitely AppDynamics name will be there in that list. Means that they are good in what they are doing, and they are um, uh, they are actually there in this field for longer period of time. That is the meaning. Okay, so that understanding we will be getting it, and then AppDynamics is having two deployment models. One is SaaS, another one is on-premises. Okay, SaaS, we all know, software as a service. So vendor will owns everything, and we don't want to worry about what is happening, what is your license, what is your infrastructure. All those things are handled by your vendor. That is SaaS model. On-premises model, pretty much in your firewall, within your firewall, inside your organization firewall, you are going to install this tool, and you have to you are responsible for everything: data archival, data backup, everything you are responsible, because you are thinking that all your data should be inside your firewall itself. It should not go out. That is the reason behind people are going for on-premises deployment. Specifically, these banking customers and insurance customers, they are very focused on data security, data breach, data sensitivity, like that they will always think about. So it is obvious that they'll prefer on-premises model. So we will get that understanding what is SaaS model, what is on-premises model, which customer is preferring what. Okay, retail customer prefers what, banking and insurance customer prefers what, like that we will learn, so that in future, in your organization, if somebody is coming and saying like we wanted to bring in AppDynamics, means that time you can educate them, saying like there are two different deployment models are there. One is SaaS model, one is on-premises model. What is the benefit if you are going with SaaS model? What is the benefit if you are going with on-premises model? What is the problem if you are going with SaaS model? What is the problem if you are going with on-premises model? Like that you can educate them. You can educate your stakeholder. So for that purpose we are going to learn this understanding. Yeah, then coming to the core learning concepts of this AppDynamics is actually your application agent configuration. Okay, whether your application is Java application, .NET application, Node.js application, Python application. So based on your application stack, you are going to do your application agent configuration. So in that, I'm going to show you two sample. One is Java agent configuration. Another one is Node.js configuration. Okay, the Java and then Node.js. So during this time, what I will do, like I will provide you a war file. Okay, that war file you can actually you can install Apache Tomcat server. I'll show you how to do that and all. So you can install Apache Tomcat server from their website. You can download the dump file, or I will also share through Google Drive. Through Google Drive, I will share the Apache Tomcat file, and you need to deploy this war file, whatever the war file that I'm going to share you, right? You can deploy that war file on top of the Apache Tomcat server, and then we are going to do a AppDynamics Java agent configuration. I will explain how to do the Java agent configuration during our session. Once we are doing this configuration, and then if you are restarting your server, whatever you are trying to do it in your application through the browser, right? You are trying to do the application traffic. That traffic will be captured by your agent, your Java agent, and that will be sent to your AppDynamics UI. Okay, so we can see all the data in the AppDynamics UI. So that is actually the logic. So in that way, we are going to learn Java agent concepts. Okay. Similarly, we also have Node.js server. I'll tell you like how to install Node.js server, how to install MongoDB. On top of it, how to deploy one application, sample application called ExpressCart. Okay, and then we can configure AppDynamics Node.js agent into that application and restart the server, and then when you are providing a traffic to that application, how the traffic is actually captured by the agent and how it is sending the data back to AppDynamics. That understanding also we are going to get. So there are two different application agent configuration we are going to learn. Yeah, Sandy, any activity that you are doing, you need this kind of APM tool in place. Sandy. Okay. So not only application agent, we are also having a machine agent, server level configuration metrics. Say like your CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, network utilization. All those things in order to get it, you need to configure a machine agent. So we will be learning like how to install your AppDynamics machine agent into a Windows server, and then how you will and then how you will get the data. Okay. They have their own monitoring. Sandy, these cloud vendors are actually having their own monitors, but they will not provide the one these tools are providing. This APM tools are providing, right? In that way, those tools will not provide. Those are very high level. Here in APM tool, the concept itself totally different, because you are installing agents for each and every monitoring, agents for application monitoring, agents for infrastructure monitoring, agents for database monitoring, agents for UI level monitoring, like that. You are going to install agents. So these agents are going to collect data, and it is going to provide you a very detailed information. Unlike your CloudWatch or your inbuilt monitoring tool will only give you a high level infrastructure data alone, not the detailed information. Okay, and the third one is actually your database agent configuration. Okay, so that is also very important because in the recent surveys, if you take it, database monitoring is actually very important, because the recent surveys, close to 55% of the production outages that are happening in database only. So monitoring that is actually very important. And what we are going to learn in this AppDynamics is that we are going to install MySQL database agent, and then we are going to monitor what is happening in the MySQL DB. Similarly, we are going to learn about MongoDB. Okay, we are going to install MongoDB agent and then learn about MongoDB. Okay, that we are going to do, which means that not only your application level data, what is happening in your database also we are going to learn. Okay, we are going to learn what is happening in your database. There are two flavors we are going to see. One is MySQL, another one is MongoDB. Okay. Similarly, we are going to learn about user experience agent. Okay. That is also very important now. User experience means when your application is actually accessed in browser, what is actually happening for the static content. Okay, say like your time to first byte, DOM interactive, load time, full load time, like that. What is happening to your application launched in a browser? That learning also we are going to get it using user experience agent. In that, actually there are two things are there. One is real user monitoring and another one is synthetic monitoring. So we are going to learn the difference between the real user monitoring and the synthetic monitoring, and how we are going to configure it to gather the data. That is also we are going to learn. And there is a intelligence, I would say, because nowadays everybody is expecting some artificial intelligence to be built in. So we are going to do that. Okay, give me 1 minute, please. I'll be back. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm back. So yeah, Sandy, we are just started looking into the content that we are going to cover as part of this course journey. Sandy. So we also have the intelligence, because nowadays everybody what they are expecting is that like what automation can be done, in what way I can minimize the manual intervention. That is what everybody's intention. So this alerts and response is nothing but say like I can fix it. CPU utilization crossed so and so percentage, memory utilization crossed so and so percentage. I need to get the notification. So there are different that are called as actions. Okay, in AppDynamics you can set different actions. In that we are going to learn about two different actions. One is your mail trigger, another one is your thread dump trigger. Two different actions. Okay, when there is a problem in your system, how you are going to get the automated way certain notification. Not only thread dump trigger, actually trigger only available in AppDynamics, but I will explain in my class, I'll explain how to analyze the thread dump also, which is kind of a performance engineering concept. So we will do that. Not only thread dump, we will also see heap dump trigger using AppDynamics. And actually, here also trigger only possible in AppDynamics. We are going to do a detailed learning about heap dump. I will explain like how to read your heap dump, and then how to create a dashboards. That is very important because all your metrics in a single common place, how you can create as a dashboard, and then how to create a report so that you can get it like daily, weekly kind of a report that you can get it. And one more very important issue debugging capability available in AppDynamics is actually call graph. Okay, call graph. So this call graph, we are going to learn like what is partial call graph, what is call graph, what are all the metrics you will be getting it, how to identify the performance bottleneck. Is it something on your machine level, something on your application level, like that we can find it using this call graph option. Okay. Similarly, metric browser. Say in AppDynamics there is a feature called metric browser. In a single common place, you can see all the different data collected by AppDynamics. And nowadays, every tool vendor, what they are doing, they are exposing their data in the format of REST API. Okay. So we are going to see like how AppDynamics is exposing their data outside. Okay, you can get it in XML, you can get it in JSON. How you wanted to extract the data, AppDynamics data outside AppDynamics using this REST API calls. So that also we are going to learn, and then we are going to have an integration concepts like say usually people will have that mindset, right? If I do a load run JMeter load testing, how to get that metric in APM tool, how I can get that. So we are going to show you like how to integrate your load runner with AppDynamics, how to integrate with your JMeter with AppDynamics, so that the dedicated traffic, the tool level, performance testing tool level traffic can be dedicatedly captured, right? So that understanding also we are going to get it. And there is a concept called baseline. Okay, kind of, it is kind of a machine learning only. So with the available data, it will baseline the value, and you can see like your current data, how it is actually deviating from your baseline data. Okay, that is also we are going to do. And remaining things and all, it is usual only tips and tricks and real world example. Anyways, we are going to share in this course. So these are the detailed list of course content that we are going to learn. Um, um, the primary intention is to become admin and associate in this tool, so that whatever you are doing already, say like developer or DevOps engineers or performance tester or performance engineers or infrastructure monitoring team, any job role, you can use this tool effectively to identify different optimization or different way that you can do your job little easy. That is what the intention. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Anybody have any question till now? You can ask a question.
Yeah, Sarvan, this is Puneet here.
Yeah.
Can we monitor network devices here through AppDynamics?
Devices, actually, if you go and read through their things, it is not complete. I would say it is little partial, but you have extensions that are available. Okay, extensions,
Okay.
not through agents. These guys are these AppDynamics guys are having a concept called plugins and extensions. Okay, so through that they are trying to do that, but not exactly the detailed one. Say if I straight away go and type it like AppDynamics router, something like that. Okay, I'll
Okay.
show you.
So what I meant to say is like we just want to know if the router is down, if the switch is down, or some port has gone down. Those kind of monitoring.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. They will, in their documentation, they will explain. there are things are there, but it is something that you are trying to do additionally, not through the regular procedure. Okay, it is something you need to have that extensions should be there. Then only agents are different, extensions are different. That is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, maybe just a minute. Yeah, you can see AppDynamics extensions. You can see, right? This is the one.
Yeah.
It is not agents. Agents are out of the box things that are there. But what AppDynamics is doing, there are exceptional things. No, they are using this extension concept so that you need to download and then you need to do these kind of additional configurations to get that understanding. Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So those who are interested to proceed with this course journey, you can reach out to Kumar. This is Kumar sir number. Okay, so I'll paste it into the chat. Okay, so you guys can take it. Kumar sir number. So any content related, any commercial related, any timing related confirmation that you wanted to get it, you can discuss with Kumar. And so actually it is actually planned to have 15 days of a training session and 1 hour per day, and this time slot, this 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock Indian time, correspondingly in other locations, this time slot we are going to have it weekday session, Monday to Friday only, Saturday Sunday holiday. And all the sessions will be recorded, video sessions will be recorded, and then we will share on a daily basis. We will share these videos to you, and these videos are lifetime access. You will get the lifetime access, and whatever the thing that we are planning to share, we'll share it through Google Drive, so that you guys can download and then you can use it for your learning. Okay. So those who are interested to proceed with this, you can reach out to Kumar sir, 8019952427. And from tomorrow, we will start our usual session. Okay, usual classes from tomorrow. So I hope we'll all travel together in this course journey. We will regroup tomorrow for our yeah, Sandy. That and all you can discuss with Kumar, Sandy. You can discuss with him. He will do the guidance, Sandy.
So this timing will not change, right?
No, this will not change. This will not change.
Okay.
Same time.
Okay.
Sandy, for now, we are not running any weekend classes, Sandy. For now, we have a weekday session. That also you can discuss with Kumar. You can get the guidance. Yeah, you're welcome. So those who are interested to proceed with this, please reach out to Kumar sir, 8019952427. From tomorrow, the same time slot, we will regroup and then we will learn the core concepts in AppDynamics, so that it is something that you are going to add value for your career. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining today's session, and have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.